Now we're on to question 3. And question 3 is a modulus graphs question. And it's a question that I think could well show up this year in the real Leaving Cert. So one worth knowing for students. This particular part is a kind of abstract question. Some students, maybe hoping for H6, H5, would have found this question quite difficult. However, if you get started with it and get stuck into it and kind of calmly work your way through it, you'll find you'll have picked up a lot of marks easier than maybe you think you would. So let's have a look. It says x equals 4 is a solution to the equation 3x minus a is equal to half x plus 2. So x equals 4 is the solution to that equation. Using substitution, two possible values of a can be found. Show that one value of a is 16 and the other, and then find the other value. So that sounds a bit complicated. However, if you just take it on its merits and say, okay, we're going to sub in x equals 4, we're going to get one answer for a that's 16, and we're going to find the other value. Well, you just start off, do what you know, and go from there. So what are we going to get? We're going to have the modulus of 12 minus a is equal to 4. Okay, now you can square both sides here, and so by squaring the left-hand side, you're definitely going to have a positive, so there's no need for the modulus, so the modulus disappears. We get 144 minus 24a plus a squared is equal to 16. Simplifying down, we get a squared minus 24a plus 128 is equal to 0. Factorizing, and there's good news here because we can see our 16 showing up here. We get a minus 16 times a minus 8 is equal to 0. We get a equals 16, and we get a equals to 8. And that's for 10 marks. Now, some of you would have done this a bit easier here, a bit quicker. You would have taken the plus or minus case. So you said 12 minus a is equal to plus or minus 4. So you can say 12 minus a is equal to 4. And in that case, you're going to get a is equal to minus 8. So minus a is equal to minus 8. So a is equal to 8. Or you could have 12 minus a is equal to minus 4, negative 4. So in that case, you're going to have negative a is equal to negative 16. A is equal to 16. And you can see taking the plus or minus case, which will always work in these modulus equations, is a quicker way. But I know a lot of students like to square both sides just to be sure. So now we have a equals 16. X equals 4 is the smaller of two solutions. Find the value of a. And find this, and then find the value of the, using this value of a, find the value of the larger solution. Okay, so again, it sounds a bit complicated, but really, we're putting in 16 for a. And in this case, we're going to find the larger solution, okay? So in that case, we're going to have again, if we were thinking about the plus or minus version, we'll have the plus version here. So we get 3x minus 16 is equal to a half x plus 2. 3x minus 18 is equal to a half x. Multiply both sides by 2. So you get 2 times 3x minus 18 is equal to x. 6x minus 36 is equal to x. 6x minus x is equal to 36. 5x is equal to 36. You get x is equal to 36 over 5. So x is equal to 36 over 5. What's that? That's 7.2, isn't it? And that is, of course, larger than x equals 4. So we'll be feeling confident that we're on track. And we have another 10 marks. Okay. Now, sketch the graph with equation y equals f of x, where f of x is equal to the modulus of 3x minus a. Showing the coordinates of the point where the graph cuts or meets the coordinate axis, so the x and the y axis. The coordinates should be given in terms of a. A particular value of a is not required, so you don't need to solve for a. You don't need to have a particular value for a. Now, what this is testing here is the following. It's testing, do you kind of have a good understanding of these modulus graphs? So if you have y is equal to the modulus of 3x minus a, well, when x is equal to a, you're going to have y is equal to the modulus of minus a, and the modulus of minus a would be plus a. So when x is 0, you're going to have a point 0a. When y is equal to 0, you're going to have 0 is equal to the modulus of 3x minus a. So in that case, then you'd have, you can have 0 is equal to 3x minus a as your kind of plus case. So 3x is equal, this is an a here, so you're going to have 3x is equal to a, x is equal to a over 3. So your point in this case would be a over 3, comma 0. So again, you might be wondering to yourself, okay, well, where am I going with this? Well, this is your graph. Then you have your 2 points, 0a and a over 3, 0. Knowing the nature of the modulus graphs being V-shaped, and in this case, having our lowest point, if it's y is equal to the modulus of 3x minus a, the lowest point will be on the x-axis. So we can tell that this is going to be the shape of our graph. As we said, we don't need a particular value for a. So this is the answer to the question. So it's a 10-mark question, that part for that graph, and that is 30 marks earned. So again, some people wouldn't like that question at all, and other people would say, crikey, that was 30 marks, and it didn't take me that long to do it. So it's one of those questions that will kind of split the kind of the view of students. Some people might be their favorite question, and others their least favorite. Some people wouldn't like it at all. So, okay, on we go to question 4.